Going on mute.
Well, hello and welcome everyone. This is Laura Rubenstein. I'm so excited to be here with you. This is our first episode of WSATV, brought to you by Women's Speakers Association on Facebook Live. And we're so excited you're here. We've got a great show. I've got great experts for you. I'm a digital media and marketing strategist and the author of Social Media Myths Busted, the Small Business Guide to Online Revenue. And so that's another reason I'm super excited about using Facebook Live. And we're going to talk about confidence, building confidence, the secret tips and inside advice from our Women's Speakers Association leaders today. So I want to get right to them and introduce you to them right now. So welcome, and let's say hi to Debbie. Debbie, hi.
Hi, how are you? I'm so grateful to be here today. I'm Debbie Peterson. I am the president of GettingToClarity.com, and I'm coming to you from sunny Florida.
Woohoo. Oh yeah, and I'm in San Diego. This is wonderful. Okay, let's go over and say hi to Tracey. Hey, Tracey.
Hello there. Hi, Laura. Thanks so much for having me. I'm Tracey Ehman, and I am outside of Vancouver, Canada, and I'm an online presence and social media strategist.
Awesome. Oh, we have some power women here today, and we have our third power woman, Deb Coman. Hi, Deb.
Hi, Laura. Hi, everybody. So good to be here. I'm Deb Coman. I'm coming to you from sunny Syracuse, New York today, which is unusual in central New York. And I'm a content marketing strategist at debcoman.com.
Fabulous. So today's topic, ladies, is all about building confidence, right? So what advice, I want to go around and really hear from you on why is confidence important and what advice do you have for helping people to build that? And Debbie, I know you do a lot of work with this, so tell us about your advice.
My advice to any woman would be that it's already inside of you. Everything that you need to accomplish anything that you want is inside. And it's really about having the mindset to be able to tap into that and to build your confidence and then move outside of your comfort zone.
Wow, imagine thinking that you have it all ready. Then you would be confident, right? That's great.
It's already there.
So where does someone start to if they don't believe that yet, how do they get there?
It's about, digging inside. It's about uncovering your values. When it comes to confidence, it's tied so tightly with authenticity. So really spending the time to figure out who you are, what you stand for, values are important. And, when you march to your own beat instead of somebody else's, it naturally helps to build your own confidence. So finding your own way.
So it sounds simple, but not necessarily easy because we have to overcome a lot of belief systems that have been implanted in us.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Great. Well, thank you for that rich advice. And, I really do believe that everything we need is already inside of us. So where do we go from there? I want to ask Deb Coman, what advice do you have for people to build confidence?
Well, very much like Debbie was sharing, I think when people get really clear around those things and their purpose and their core message, it does build that confidence. It's kind of a process. And the more that we trust the process, the more our confidence builds, and it just kind of feeds into itself very nicely. And then we can take that message and bring it out into the world in a much stronger way.
So when we build our clarity, we can bring it out in the world. Where do you advise people start with that?
Well, much like you were sharing, Debbie, it's about that purpose, the reason we're doing what we're doing, which is already inside of us. And I know that you work with people to help bring that out, help them to really crystallize what that clarity is. And then when we have that, we create all our messaging around that, how we show up, how we introduce ourselves, how we create content on our website. It just builds that presence in a way that's streamlined all the way back to that core purpose that was there all along. But now that we've gotten really clear on it, we have the confidence to kind of share it in writing, share it in our speaking, and bring our message to the right people that way.
I think we're building a really great foundation here from what you just said, Deb and Debbie. I mean, knowing that you already have your answers. If you started from a belief from that, and you know your beliefs, like you were saying, Debbie, that you have value, you you start taking steps, and that other people's definitions are not as important as your own authenticity. And then Deb, you just said, know your purpose. And you know what? You really can't know your purpose from what I'm getting until you do what Debbie said. Then you can know your purpose, like what Deb said, and learn to express it. And I know, Deb, you work with people in that, helping them express it. So don't worry about it. We've got help for you in that. And then Tracey, give us the next bit. How do we build confidence?
Thank you very much for that. You're right. It's like we're all building upon each other, and that's really important. You have to have, like Debbie was saying, everything's within you. And if you kind of take from that authenticity and then move on to Deb and, sort of build out what your message is and how you want to show up. And then where I come in is, how do you show up online? So your web presence, your social media posts, drawing everything that you've learned along the way. Like, it's so important to really get that clarity and present yourself in such a way that people will want to do business with you, that know that they have that, and you have that confidence to get it out there in the world because you have, gone inside yourself to determine what it is what your purpose is, and what you want to let people in on, and then it's just a matter of conveying it properly so that they can come back and find you and interact and so forth.
Wow. So when we get that internal clarity, building confidence, what I'm taking away from the three of you is building confidence is getting that internal clarity, knowing how to express your purpose, and then using the right tools and systems to get to bring it out. Now that you're clear and confident, you're really chomping at the bit to get it out. So let's dive a little deeper into each of you, how you do these things and how you work. Really, I want to know, who do you work with and what do you do for them? Debbie, let's go back to you.
Great. Yes, I work with professional women. So I work with professional women to empower their mindset. And how I work with them is through speaking and trainings, seminars, helping them to dive a little deeper, as we were talking about, and purpose and career, as Deb said, understanding limiting beliefs that they have, understanding that their values, getting clarity on their values, because that is how you experience your career or your business. And teaching them to be advocates for themselves. So that's part of the confidence process too, is when you know yourself to the extent that you can advocate on your own behalf, that's where the rubber hits the road. So that's what I enjoy doing.
Yeah, and the clearer we are, the more our voices are heard, it sounds like. And that's really powerful work you do. So how did you come to this work?
Well, getting to clarity is actually my journey to clarity. And when I got to the other side of it, I realized the limiting beliefs that I was carrying about myself, that feeling of being stuck and unfulfilled in my career, and knowing there was more. And then how I went about to find out what that was and where I came to be today and starting the company. And I thought, if I have done this, then other women can do it too. So how do I pay it forward? How do I share what I've experienced and what I've learned? And that was the beginning of it all.
I love that concept of paying it forward based upon, your own experience and your own wisdom that you gain. So you've created a great foundation, and you really help people launch themselves, it sounds like.
Yes, be leaders in their own lives and their own careers, no matter what level they're at, business or career.
Well, great. So let's now turn over to Deb, and no, let's go to Deb first, and tell us about your work. Who do you work with, and what do you actually do for them?
Okay, sure. I'm happy to. Thanks. I help entrepreneurs get really clear on their messaging and then convey that through their online presence as well as what they do offline. And I have a 7-step process that really contains all the pieces where we show up online, everywhere that our content is. And I started as a copywriter, but what really intrigued me and what I found I was doing anyway from the start was the strategy behind that messaging, the strategy behind getting clear and then conveying it in a way that attracts the right people and leads to business or speaking opportunities, whatever it is we want to do. And it also empowers people and helps them feel more confident because it gives them the tools that they need to show up in a way that they're true to themselves and they get to be of service and they get to build their business in the process.
I love the work you do because you don't have to, most people aren't great writers, but they can get, once you help them get clear, that you've got the foundation from Debbie. Now you come to Deb and you say, here's what I'm clear about. And Deb, you help them actually get that into words, into writing, right?
Yes.
On their websites, on their blogs, on social media, into books, articles, anything else? Did I miss anything?
No, although, I do, just as you're sharing, I feel like our content is everywhere we show up, whatever form our message takes. And not everyone looks at it that way, but I feel that when we're speaking, that's our content. Like, as you said, our website, social media, the way we interact with people online and off, it all brings people back to who we are, why we do what we do, and who we want to serve. And as long as we stay true to that, when we get the clarity through working with someone like Debbie, and then we work on the words and the way it shows up online, it feels really right. It helps build confidence, and entrepreneurs just feel more ready to go out and do the thing that they were meant to do.
Yeah, it really gives a sense of purpose and passion and power in your life. And I love what you said about how, everything we do is our messaging. Do you have an example of how you help someone with that?
I do. A lot of times people come to me because they don't feel as confident in their writing. They may have some clarity, but they're not sure what words to use. And we work through the process of getting that down on paper in a way that they can use it. And what I love about the empowerment piece is that then they embrace that piece that Debbie said, that it already is within them. So they can feel that they can trust it, that it will come back to them, and that they can learn how to use it differently. So that they don't always need me to come up with the right wording when they can grab onto that themselves. And then they know how to show up on social media. They know how to share their message when they're live streaming. It just kind of takes on a life of its own and helps you feel more confident the way you show up in all those different places. And that, to me, that's what I love about what I do, is when I see people doing it for themselves.
Yeah, it's like that hand up, not just a hand out, or paying someone to do it. But if one can do it themselves, of course they have more confidence. So you're actually helping them build the confidence to express themselves. And wow, double props up for that. That's awesome. So we've got it expressed, we've got it really clear, and then we need to put it so that it really gets more visibility. So Tracey, who do you work with? How do you help them? What do you do for them to do that?
Well, I also work with entrepreneurs and small, medium-sized businesses. And what I do is I just love, listening to Debbie and Deb, and it's so important to really get comfortable with what it is that you offer, what you want to do as far as helping people out in the world, to pay it forward. Being a leader, you're just being a leader in your life is so important. And strategy, that Deb was talking about too. When people have a plan, then they can plan for that success. When they kind of throw things out there willy-nilly, it really makes it more difficult to get the kind of response that you want. So where I step in is, taking that strategy. I do strategy as well, and Deb and I have worked together on this too. And just what words are people searching for that need your assistance? And when you're really clear on who you are and what you offer, and who your prospects, your ideal clients might be, then it's so much easier to tap into the right keywords that people would be putting into the search engines to search for you. And those keywords, once again, in messaging, your website, in your social media. If you have a book on Amazon, incorporating those keywords into the descriptions and so forth. It's just really important to have that whole aspect in place.
It's really incredible what you can do when people are clear, and then because it's so much easier to figure out then what does your audience crave and what are the words they're using, and then how Google sees that. So that's fabulous. I wanted to mention that we are at facebook.com/Women Speakers Association, and shout out to Gail Watson, who's chiming in and commenting. But if you have questions and you're watching here, come to facebook.com/Women Speakers Association, and we'll be sure to answer questions if you get to us before the replay time. So, thank you so much for these wisdom nuggets of how to build that confidence, go out there and grow your businesses with confidence. So, we couldn't do this if it wasn't for Women Speakers Association. We have this wonderful organization that helps women build their confidence to bring their great work out in the world and create global transformation and become those women of influence and impact. So I know each of you have a special place in your heart for Women Speakers Association. At least I'm hoping you do by this point. I want to know from each of you, what do you love? What aspect of the organization and being a part of it do you love? And we'll go in the same order. How about Debbie?
Debbie, okay. It is just the openness and the welcoming of Women Speakers Association. The list just goes on and on. The educational opportunities. It's been a great benefit.
Great, thanks. And Deb, tell us about your experience with Women Speakers Association.
I agree with Debbie. It's really about the community and the way that we all come together to learn and to share each other's message, really. So not only to learn how to get our own message out, but how to support each other in getting everyone's message out. And it's such a wonderful community because we all come together as speakers in some form or another, but we're not in competition with each other. We're really sharing each other's work and offerings, and that part just feels like it's a great place to be, and it's a great place to be a part of.
Yeah, what I heard was sharing, support, and sisterhood. That's pretty cool. Nice. Tracey, what do you love about Women Speakers Association?
I love everything about Women Speakers Association. Every day I am talking to new people and I'm getting inspired by people's stories, and I'm able to support and pay it forward, and I love the community, and I love everybody. Like it is, it seems over the top, but it's so true. The people that I go to, the people that I respect tremendously, the people that I'll go for feedback, for support, are my Women Speakers Association sisters, and I don't know what I'd do without y'all. So I love it.
Yeah, the more you get involved, the more benefit you get. And how to get involved, you ask? Go to joinwsa.com. And what's really cool is we have a free level of membership waiting for you. So if you want to put your toe in the water, see if what the women here today are talking about really does come true for you, I'm sure you'll more than find that. Or if you want more visibility, you want to build your confidence faster, you want to create more collaboration and influence and impact, definitely check out the premier level of membership with us at, once again, joinwsa.com. So we will see you again for another episode of WSA TV. And please say hi in the chat box. We love your comments. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.